What is up, YouTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about some thoughts about comments and my sort of view on comments. Can be on YouTube, can be on Steam blockchain or whatever. So I recently saw some videos. Some people are annoyed with how some people are sort of relating to comments, especially video creators, and I want to add my own sort of input on this. So, what a lot of people have sort of seen is when they have engaged in comment section is that people misinterpret stuff so much. We've seen so much drama with it. And I think that a lot of people eventually just get to this point where they realize they can make more change in the world by just switching to video. And if something is really important, then people can do a video on it. And also in many ways, how I think a lot of people are sort of looking at comments as it almost becomes it's harder to get reach with comments because it's more one-on-one, and then I think a lot of people use more a private chat or something like that if they want to do that. While video, I think a lot of people are starting to realize you can reach way more people. It's more inclusive, and and if yeah, and people are really starting to, I think, kind of consider it in many ways as well. If something really matters to them, they're probably going to do a video on it instead, and it's going to have more impact, it's going to have more reach. And in a global world where, okay, so we have these like networks now with billions of people gonna use their time, and they're gonna focusing on other people that are also sort of working. So one of the things that's not super romantic here is this concept that well, work is not so romantic. So it's like we started maybe with the internet where people always want to sort of discuss stuff, but as internet sort of matures in many ways, then it's more about the work. So for example, we can see a developer, Vitalik Buterin, or someone, they're sort of busy working, and they most days and most months, most years, they're just working and they don't really have anything cool to show. It's like they're just sort of working, and there's nothing really to say because stuff is just going along. And I think that that is also how video creators are looking at it in many ways, that a person that's creating a lot of videos, they have friends that are also busy doing videos daily, and both are probably consuming each other's content, but they don't feel a need to say something because they are just enjoying taking in someone's view on something, taking in someone's truth, and seeing someone develop as a person without having the need to sort of comment on it. And in many ways, this sort of, I think a lot of video creators are sort of saying this is that a lot of the work, that a lot of what's kind of fascinating with the internet is, yes, we can communicate a lot with other people, and video creators are doing it with using the best sort of medium, but a lot of the work is about becoming more skillful at sort of talking in global ways and sort of educating yourself about the world, and sort of building yourself up from an inner perspective. So building up human beings, if people, it's going to take a long time, and it's going to be a lot of inner work, and I think that a lot of other stuff becomes very distracting, because doing videos and so on, it takes so much time and energy, and anything that can sort of slow that down a little bit, it can slow down everything. And I'm talking about this from the experience of 600 million views on YouTube, and it really is impossible. I mean, you see eventually with comments that 99% of comments are the same, or they're just confused, and you realize you can do more impact in the world just doing your work, and just being a good role model. And and that if they so in many ways with these new blockchain systems, I sort of feel that it's more here, it's more when it's more proof of brain, most people are either most people or many here, like creators, they hang with creators, and all the creators are already busy sort of working. So it's a little bit different compared to YouTube, compared to Instagram, where it is a little bit more, let's say, I mean, you have more consumers. But even with Instagram, even with YouTube, and even with Twitter, most of the comments on anything is just random noise. And and it's not like ideally in a utopian society, comments would work amazing, and some comments actually work amazing, but that comment probably could have been an amazing video. And we have to sort of look at everything in a global world from an impact perspective, where one video probably has more impact than if that person would write 1000 comments. Same as I sort of feel as a lot of comments and sort of talks people are doing, that sort of chat way. I sort of feel that we're probably going to have some artificial intelligence where you're just going to set it up to do some low key manage things in the background, and then people just focus on the work, whatever they are, a developer or a video creator, something like that. So, and I also think that a lot of people are sort of seeing it from where the world is right now, and that it's so important that that we have a lot of people that are just like video creators and just focus on that constantly, because it really, you need to sort of reach more people, and the fastest way of reaching more people is to be very very focused on video and become a very professional sort of video creator, and that means that can't really have anything that sort of slows it down. So it's very interesting with decentralized systems, because you sort of in many ways trying, in some ways, yes, you can sort of communicate with common systems and stuff like that, but there is also, these systems also attract a lot of craziness. And in many ways decentralized systems, they are sort of here in some ways also to protect the consumer, where this is in many ways also just a technology where the way people are going to use it is going to be very very different. For example, some people, or majority of people, wants to be anonymous, um, and the majority of people that are sort of consuming stuff, they want to be anonymous, and that's how many are going to use the technology. And and decentralized systems, as I said, they're trying to in many ways protect the consumer or protect the person, because we have seen the flaws. We have seen a lot of the flaws that has come from those old systems, and we have seen how people have been using each other and stuff like that. And you're trying in many ways to sort of get away from that with decentralized systems. And I think that a lot of people have more long term they're really seeing the importance of sort of building people up, and having people that are sort of unwavering, focused in a specific direction, that is actually when you're going to do the most sort of change. So people are busy doing stuff, and I think many people do not want to get they don't want to get caught up with a lot of stuff that can sort of slow them down. So yeah, you just have to keep building, right? And it's really really interesting because there are, in this world, you have so many distractions. Like, you can be distracted every single second, and then nothing really would get done. I mean, imagine a world where everyone was just constantly doing what they actually should be doing, which is probably doing the best work possible. We probably would have an amazing world. And I sort of feel that a lot of people sort of trying to get to that point of breaking barriers and becoming limitless. And that means that they are mainly going to be focused on their work and work and work and work. And then you have some people. So you have a lot of people, other people that are mainly playing roles in the world, maybe going to events and so on. But many of those things are not actually the real work. So the real work is not really that romantic. It's kind of messy. Like, doing real work and stuff like that is not romantic, but you can see the amazing results, and you can see the amazing value. And the value would only be able to be created if you have people that are unwavering and can keep focused on something constantly. So yeah, what I want to talk about.